Good Sunday evening, Southwest Arkansas. Welcome back to Southwest Arkansas weather here on July the 6th, 2025. Taking a look at your evening weather blog. What's in store for the next 6 days? Some rain chances are in store, and the heat is on its way back this upcoming to end the work week. But first, let's talk about what we're currently seeing. Temperatures right now, as of the time of recording this, which is 8 p.m., range from the lower to mid 80s up around Mena, Mount Ida, upper 80s in the Hot Springs, D Queen areas. A few areas down here have seen some showers and storms, as you can see. Magnolia is out at 84, El Dorado's at 76, Camden's at 84, but Texarkana at 94 here. You do see a strong thunderstorm right now in southern Miller County, and if you look, what this little boundary here, this little line here, is coming out of these storms, that's called your outflow boundary. Look what happens when that line comes through. Look at these storms that are developing because of that outflow. This is what happens. Usually these storms kind of push off an outflow boundary, and usually you'll feel that with like maybe some wind, some cold air just away from the storms, but along those outflow boundaries, these storms can pop up right behind them, and you can see that's exactly what's going on there in the Ark-La-Tex region down there. Another little storm that's really not moving much right now, pretty much stationary over the Bragg City, Chittister area there, north to the northwest of the Camden area here at this time. Let's talk about what's in store for the next 6 days here, and as we do that, at the end of this, we'll go over the model data behind this and tell you what exactly we're going to see with this and talk about that. As you can see, some good news for some. Much needed rainfall could be potentially on the way. I do want to heed caution, though, when we first talk about this. This is going to be that more summer type like system, so some areas may see rain, some areas may not. But as we go throughout this upcoming time frame, starting off with Monday, you're going to notice highs going to range from the upper 80s into the lower 90s with overnight lows in the lower 70s, maybe a few upper 60s in the areas like Mena, but really just lower 70s there across the area. Partly cloudy skies tomorrow, so a mix of clouds and sun, scattered to isolated thunderstorms, those hit and miss types thunderstorms. Some areas are going to see rain, some areas may not. As we go into Tuesday, those rain chances increase to really around that 60% percent range, from about 40 to 60% there across the coverage area. Scattered thunderstorms continue to look likely with partly cloudy skies. Mainly the next few days, Monday and Tuesday, it's going to be more in the afternoon and evening is when you're going to see most of your rainfall or rain chances that's when they max out or be the highest. That afternoon heating, those isolated summer type pop-up storms. Some areas may get some and some areas may stay dry. That's just how it is, but coverage is expected to be just a little more in coverage across the area or region and really across Arkansas. Highest rainfall totals throughout this week look like they're going to be in northwest or northern Arkansas, but we will watch it closely. Right now, I would say rainfall totals on the higher end may range from about 2 to 3 inches. On the lower end, 1/4 of an inch to maybe 1 inch to 2 inches. It looks like the good range. There's only one model that's really showing 2 to 3 widespread. There is, once again, you get those isolated areas, those isolated patches of maybe some heavier totals of maybe up to 2 to 3 inches, but really a good indicator, maybe 1/4 of an inch up to 1 to 2 inches of rainfall looks likely throughout this upcoming week for the general area. On Tuesday, we're going to be watching for, once again, highs in the lower 90s, maybe a few upper 80s with overnight lows in the lower 70s. 60% chance of some rainfall and storms. There is some still things that are up in the air as if that rainfall can continue overnight. There is some indicators that maybe it may try to continue overnight and into Wednesday morning. 30% chance of rainfall Wednesday morning with mostly cloudy skies throughout the day. Those rain chances, though, they increase to around 60% Wednesday there in the afternoon and evening time frame with mostly cloudy skies. Highs around 90 degrees, overnight lows in lower 70s. With those scattered thunderstorm chances. And then the second half of this week as we go into next weekend, you're going to notice a 30% chance on Thursday of some isolated thunderstorms, partly cloudy skies, but the temperatures are going to rebound. High temperatures look to range from the mid-90s, I would even say in the upper 90s, maybe near 100 degrees could be possible, but I really think Friday and Saturday we do see an area or two at this time that may have that possibility of reaching 100 degrees, but highs look to easily be in the mid to upper 90s Thursday through Friday and Saturday. of this week. 30% chance, once again, of those afternoon isolated thunderstorms, partly cloudy skies partly cloudy to partly sunny before giving away to sunny skies on Friday. Very hot conditions. 10% chance of maybe an isolated afternoon storm or two. So just remember that. With overnight lows going to be in the lower to mid 70s there across the area. Then on Saturday, mostly sunny skies, isolated thunderstorms, very hot conditions with highs continuing to be in the mid to upper 90s, overnight lows in the lower 70s, and a 20% chance of an isolated thunderstorm or two. One thing I will mention is if you're planning to go out to the rivers and lakes this week, make sure you have ways to keep you updated in case a flash flood warning, something of that nature, is issued. As well as just be able to keep an eye on the radar if you're outdoors this week. Remember, if you can hear thunder, you're close enough to be struck by lightning. And remember, it doesn't necessarily have to be raining over your part of a river, creek bed, lake, wherever you're at on a body of water or near a body of water for it to flood. Remember that. Make that very clear. Just remember that. That's a big thing to remember during summer. We get these isolated pop-up thunderstorms. They don't move much. We're seeing that right now over the Bragg City area. That storm has not moved much in those radar scans that we showed. And that's a good indicator that may, if it continues, could lead to some flash flooding depending on rainfall amounts and all of that. Just remember that as we go throughout this summer or this week and throughout the summer, and just make sure to have ways to receive warnings. Stay weather aware. We're going to continue to post our radar updates and all that fun stuff. But really throughout this week, can't rule out as always a strong thunderstorm or two. It's summer. You got the heat, humidity here. That instability's here, so you may get a strong storm or two with some gusty winds, some hail potential, or small hail potential, but we'll keep you updated on that. Now, let's go back over here to take a look at the radar and show you what futurecasts could potentially look like as we go forward throughout this upcoming time frame. We do have some new model runs coming in. The HRRR0Z model has come in, so that's the newest model here that we have out, or newest model run that we have out. Remember, Futurecast isn't everything, just one of the many tools that help us build a forecast. Not the only tool. It's not the only, this isn't exactly what radar is going to look like. Look, as of 8 p.m., it's kind of picking up on these storms and showers decently. It's got a few more there, but it's continuing to show a good indicator that those may continue even into the overnight time frame. We'll watch that closely. But really, as we go into tomorrow, you'll notice tomorrow afternoon, look at this, more storms decide to pop up, and it's a little more potentially widespread in coverage. Looking just overall in a general Arkansas range area, you can see, but maybe some isolated thunderstorms, those hit or miss summer type showers as we go throughout that afternoon and evening time frame there and into the evening there, as that's as far as that model goes. We'll take a look at the North American model, and this continues just showing those off and on rain chances. And as we go into that overnight time frame, they may decrease, but right as we go into the afternoon on Tuesday, you're getting, as you get further out, you lose that higher resolution on model data, so you can kind of see it just shows more isolated thunderstorms being a possibility there. And then really potentially into Wednesday morning there as well, we could have some storms and showers, with Wednesday probably going to be the day that has the highest rainfall potential from what we've seen. Then really as you go into, this just restarted, so let's take a look at the GFS. And then as you go into that future time frame there, into Wednesday evening, and you'll see here those just isolated rain chances continuing potentially overnight, maybe some Thursday morning before decreasing as we go throughout the day on Thursday, with some of those afternoon thunderstorms popping up, even into maybe even in overnight sometime. But as we go into Friday, look at this. Friday, not seeing a whole lot. Maybe an isolated shower or two, according to Futurecast there, as you can see popping up there around that evening time frame. But really, that's going to be the story, maybe even into Saturday evening as well, but not as much as what we've seen earlier in the week. So just remember that. Temperature's going to be in the upper 90s range, potentially in the week. Rain chances, while not everybody's going to see rain, some people could. There's a better chance for those pop-up afternoon thunderstorms, more widespread in coverage. That doesn't mean everybody's going to see it. I just want to make that clear. But there's better chances, better overall coverage potentially for areas to see rainfall throughout this time frame. As always, this is going to bring us to the end of today's outlook. Just a quick outlook over the 6-day forecast here, breaking it down for you. As always, we want to say big thanks to all of our sponsors: Palmer's Roofing, Southern Dumpster Rentals, located in Nashville, Arkansas there, J&S Auto Supply Bumper to Bumper over there in Murfreesboro, Arkansas, Landmark Insurance Agency, Patterson's Credit Union, located in Arkadelphia, Tan Energy and Nutrition, also located in Murfreesboro. If you're in need of any of the things that they supply, and also Tan Energy and Nutrition also has some clothes as well that they sell there now as well. So make sure to check them all out. Go check them out, and if you're in need of any of the things that they provide, give them a call. And as always, we are very blessed to be able to provide a source of weather to Southwest Arkansas. And we look forward to seeing you back again. If you're new here, make sure to check us out over on Facebook, Instagram, here on YouTube, and check us out over on TikTok as well. Most of the people who watch these videos are not subscribed, so if you don't have an account, it's free to make. Hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell on the side of that subscription thing. It's all free, and you'll get notified every time we post a video and do live coverage. As always, we post a lot over on Facebook as well throughout the day. That's our main page of information that we post on daily, and almost every few hours we continue to provide updates. So as always, check that out, and big thanks to all of you for supporting us. Have a good rest of your Sunday. We'll be back here tomorrow evening with another look at what's in store for your 6-day forecast. Have a good rest of your Sunday.